in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Our daily bread and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us forever. So be it. Lord, in thy power, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us in all manner of diseases and to cleanse the lepers and the power to raise against unclean spirits to cast them out. And cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shah. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael. The generals, the captains, the officers, and the troopers, and Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. This is Psalms 80. O God, and hold not thy peace. And be not still, O God, for lo, thy enemies make a tumble. Have counsel against thy people and consult against thy hidden ones. You have seen in a nation that the name Israel may be no more in remembrance, for they have consulted together with one consent. The Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes of Jabal and Ammon and Ashur is also Midianite, it say, is joined with them. They have hope in the children. As into the Midianites, as into Assyria, as in which perished indoor. They became dung for the earth, make their nose like bread, and Zebah and Zamullah, who have said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God and possess as they stubble before the wind, as the fire burns the wood, as the flame setting the mountains on fire. Afraid of thy stone. Fill their faces with shame that they may seek thy name, O Lord, and let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know whose names alone for all the earth. Shit. We're going about the law. And the reason why we're going to do it about the law, because you hear so many. And Jesus came, he had 2 new commandments, and you hear all these, but people ain't trying to keep the law. Let's see. This is some more misquoted. Christ came. When people say Christ came and he done away with the law, no, we're going to get into that. Let me see. So we're going to go to Matthew 22. In Matthew 22, because you hear a lot of people say the law is done away with. And the reason before we go there, are keeping the law. You know, a lot of people think like the law is done away with. That there, Matthew 22. Before that, we're going to 22. I got the 10. First thing we need to understand when it comes to Christ, we hear that Christ came to spread love. That's what this is one of the biggest things. And that's the big thing people cry about. They say, man, everybody's screaming about. So we're going to get a little bit into this. This is Matthew 10, verse 34. This is what, not that I am come to send peace on earth. So a Bible that said Christ came to spread love. You hear a lot of people in the church say, where is love? Y'all never talk about love. Why y'all never talk about love? Love, 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 love. You know what I'm saying? So Christ said, this is Matthew 10, verse 34. He said, think not I come to send peace on earth. I came not to. This is what Christ said out his mouth. So when you hear people keep talking about, we don't talk about love, love, love. Christ never said he was coming to spread love. That's Christianity. So that's Christianity. So when we say Christ never said he was coming to spread love, we try to give y'all God's words, his commandments. We get so much kickback and say, love. That's all people want to talk about in the Christian church is love. See, they don't use him, the prophets, and none of that. They keep saying love. And every time we ask them, everybody, they can't show you that. This is what Christ said one more time out his mouth. And Matthew, my saying, this is in red. He said, think not. Well, if I tell you, remember when you don't even put that thought in your head. The Bible said, think not that I have come to Christian pastors who teach them that Christ came to spread love, because the Bible don't say that. I came to bring a sword. That's what I came to do. He said, for I have come, daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law of his own household. Most High said your own enemies was going to be somebody that's in your household. If he can, because you know why he gonna cause a sword? When you really pick this Bible up, like separated us from our family. Because when you talk about what's truly in this book, that you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, just don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, but that's what the Most High said. Y'all say we come out this book, and you know what y'all are saying in the Christian church? Oh, that's the old book.
See, everything they're quoting in the New Testament is from the Old Testament. There was no New Testament. So everything they saying is from the Old Testament. I said they checking in from the Old Testament, so it's like, so we're gonna go to Matthew 22 and we're gonna read exactly what it said, because Christianity, just like they do John 3:16. They talking about Christ only said we got to keep two new laws. What was actually being said. So let me see. Make sure I get to see here right. No. Now we're gonna read this story in context. Matthew 22. This is a they came with new laws and that we don't have to keep the old ones. So we're gonna go to Matthew. But when the Pharisees, but when the Pharisees had heard in silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked together, and they was trying to trick Christ. They tried to tempt him. So they blow down question, tempting him, saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? They were actually trying to trick Christ up. This is what this is about. The Pharisees was asking, Master, which is the great commandments in the law? Now, it's two things. So when y'all keep trying to make this law apply to everybody, the law was only given to the children. This is called precept upon precept. So we're going to go to Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Everybody else. He only gave his laws to the children of Israel. So go to 20. So we're going to go to 147. We're going to drop down to verse. Our patriarch, our forefather, and his statutes and his judgments unto. He had not dealt so with any nation, and as breaking God's laws, he said they have not known them. They don't know the penalties for breaking God's penalties. He only gave his word. Let's go to Amos 3, 1 and 2, and then we're going to go back. This is verse 1 and 2. It said, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for your iniquities. 3 and 6. When we're going to go to Malachi verse. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of the Most High don't change. So he didn't get to the New Testament. Now he's dealing with everybody. So now I could have just went to Romans 9, and show you that the law was only given to the children. Because if I don't, the Testament. So I'm gonna show you this is also in the New Testament. Ain't nothing changed. And it said, "For I say the truth in Christ, I lie not. My conscience in the Holy Ghost." So the Holy Spirit is upon Paul. Everything he's saying, he's up under the Holy sorrow in my heart. For I could wish myself was accursed from Christ, from my brethren who are Israelites, to who pertain the adoption, the Israelites was the only people that God ever gave his laws to. So now the most Matthew 22. And go that down to that verse that churches butchered so much. That's what they was trying to do. So when they asked him, they said, what's the most to a law that should let you know everybody that outside of that is excluded? So that means the law only pertained to the Israelites. So let's read. But when unto them, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, thy heart, and with all thy soul. First of all, heart is the mind. This right here ain't nothing but a muscle. It just pumps blood. When you're thinking this in your head, you ain't felt nothing in here unless you got heartburn, chest pain, feeling inside, and that's a thought you having in your head that make you think because you've been told it's coming from. Just think about this. They transplant hearts all the time. What you doing? Transplanting feeling in you? What they do? Put a new feeling in you or something? No, it's in the mind. So now Christ did is when he said he summed it up in these two commandments, he did them so raw. That's how he did. He hit them slow, raw, how he hit them. Y'all lost. This still, y'all. The people that picked this book up, they didn't understand this book. So when they picked this book up, okay, Sakar. So when they so you hear people say, man, we only got 2 laws. No, he said, so we how you love the Most High. See, love is an action. That's what love. Act like when y'all say y'all love somebody, you say you love your woman, she wants you to show her. I got love for you, nigga. Like you ain't got no love for me. You stab me in the back. Love is an act. Love the Most High. This is 1 John 5:3. For this is his commandments. We showing them we love him by the action we demonstrate. It's a we ain't showing him we love him eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, eating everything under the sun. I can be a homosexual. If you believe in the Most High, then you have to keep these commandments. Keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So when Christ said, first you got to love, Pharisees came at Christ, they thought they was going to trip him up. But you know, Christ is a brother like us. He had a warrant, like my brother said, out for his rest, just like all of us do. And you love him with all your heart, because he know if you love the Most High, you're going to have to keep his commandments. Oh, look, when he said, if you love the Most High, you have to keep his commandments. So when the Most love God with all your heart, he knows to order and for you to love God in 1 John 5:3, you have something. You know what I mean? Like when your father told you, hey, you be good, I got this. Doing what he asked you to do to get whatever he got for you. In order for us to get them going. Let's go back to Matthew and 22. Let's finish breaking it down. He said, first, we should love God with all thy. We got to keep his commandments. He said, that's the first great commandment. Unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Thy neighbor as thyself. Now, think about this. I told you first when he said you have to love the Most High with all your heart. We know to love God. Think sometime. Who did he give his commandments to? This law can't apply to everybody else because everybody's not under the law. Listen, what I'm giving y'all is free game. You know damn well you're not going to be able to have at church. You're not going to be able to have that. So you're going to go through life still with these weird breaks. And this is what the Most High sent us out here to do, to wake y'all up. I know some of y'all be like, man, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah. You know, but this is something we have to do. The Most said, I die daily. We die daily. What you think? We walk around here. Somebody said we kill our demons every day. We steady fighting our demons because we have to keep God in the kingdom. We fight and strive to get that kingdom. So let's go to the second one. Until it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So now, what can let's go to Leviticus 19. Leviticus 19. We're going to start off at verse 1 first. This is Leviticus chapter verse 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto, that's separate, for I am the Lord your God. Everything we about to read in here, it only pertains to the Israelites. Let me read this one more time, because when we can read something that them devils did us so bad that even though go back and let's look over this one more time. He says, speak unto all the children. When the Lord says speak, Moses, he told Moses only speak to the children of Israel. I want y'all, you people in the Christian church, talking about, well, man, wait, this can be, it's only pertaining to the children of Israel. Let me see, let me go down. Was it 10? So thou shalt not avenge, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18. This is what the Most High, this is what not hate thy brother in thy heart, and thou shalt not any on them. And thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, for I am the like the love your neighbor. He was only quote, this is the law. They are talking about the law. The law, back to that. Matthew 22. And you know why? This is the killer. It say, on these two commands, all the law and the prophets. When he summed it up, like, man, on these two commandments is why? Because if you love God, you got to keep. That's who my neighbor is. That's who my neighbor is. Not that Asian man y'all want to make. This is that verse right here, man. He said, on these two commandments hang all the commandments. Christ's two commandments. Come on, we're going to stay on this. Let's go to Matthew 5 and 17. Christ said out his mouth. This is just to back this up. And then that came. Christ said, think not that I Christ came and the law was done away with. That's a lie. That's Christianity. That actually wants y'all to break God's laws. See, what y'all better learn quick. This notion that y'all think God love everybody, he just a love that. What? Start from reading from Genesis and restart reading forward. To destroy the law or the prophets. That means he didn't come to destroy the Old Testament. Come to fulfill. He said, for verily I say unto you, to one jot or one tilt shall no wise pass. Prophecies in the Old Testament ain't been fulfilled. Y'all can get that. Y'all can stop that line. Commandments and shall teach men to do so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven, or great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you, it says, so when a Christian tell you, or people in the church say you don't have to keep the law, to keep the law. Christ never came to destroy the law. He told you until heaven and earth pass. Then laws. So where do y'all get in y'all head that Christ get that from? Christ kept the law. Peter kept the law. Paul kept. Let me go to Acts. Let's see what. We're going to start there. It said, this is Paul. This is going to show you that Paul kept the law. They checked Paul about this law. And there wasn't no new law. They were glorified in the Lord and said unto him, thou seest, brother, how or which believe in are zealous of the law. This is another scripture to show, and they was keeping the law. So this notion that Christianity teaches that, I mean, he just went to, that's a lie. It was thousands of Jews. This is Acts 21 and 20. This is Paul, right before he about to go to the beat. He said, Jews which are among the Gentiles to forsake Moses, saying that they are after the customs. So they said, man, we heard you. Word on the street is like, man, you telling people, man, they ain't got to hear. And he said, what is therefore the more? For they will hear that thou art come. He said, do therefore this, that we vow on them. Take them, purify them with them, and they may have shaved their heads, and all may know that those things were are nothing, but thou thyself walk orderly and keepest the law. Men with a vow on. We need you to put a straightening on this for everybody so they know that you keep the law. Paul, no, and Paul didn't have no problem. They thought Paul, when they thought it was any, they blew down on Paul. Hey man, what's this we hearing? You know what I'm saying? Do we need you to do this? So Paul kept the law. To keep the law alive. See, the reason why I'm telling y'all this is whether y'all believe this or not, we ain't have to wait for Donald Trump to get in office because it's the Lord's will. It don't matter. It's the Lord's will. In Christianity, you got a choice. You know, they tell you in Christianity, you can choose God or choose you. That's how this book go. This is the Bible, and that's Christianity. In the Bible, you don't have free will. You can't resist the Most High. Let's go to Romans 9. We're going to drop down some. See, y'all don't understand this. Y'all been told so much soft stuff, and people been rubbing y'all. When you see real stern men now, it scares people. Now we too aggressive. People. It's like this whole country then got sissified. Stern men. So when a strong, stern man tell you something, I know y'all ain't used to being around stern men. Men ain't shit. You hear women say that all the time. Well, let's just deal with common sense. Woman has been raising the man. That's who been raising the black man. The black woman. Man nowadays ain't shit, and you got to look at the black woman because she the one been raising them. A lot of black women, they don't want them. Like when you dealing with a man and the man discipline a child, I'm gonna be soft. I can soften mama up. Pops over here, he gonna stand on it. This nigga ain't going. Mothers did is soften these niggas up so much that when you deal with strong men now, aggressive. You just used to dealing with a man now. That's who's in this book. That's what's in the ISUPK, strong men. So when we come out here on these streets, man, we out here for that. We coming out here just like the prophets did in the days of the old, just like Christ did. We coming out here to try to wake you niggas up, man. See, listen, at the glorious thing about Alabama, that ain't nothing can stop us when we unify. Just think, if niggas GDs, BDs, Bloods, Crips, teams, you know what I'm saying? If everybody was just together, who the hell could stop us? What's fashion, what's not fashion. Just think when we just building each other up. Ain't, dude, that ain't hate, that's love. Because I love you because you my people. You can't expect me to love. So, black people did me wrong, and you know, I had some white people treat me good. Man, because that's what a whole lot of you cats be using. There's some good people here, some good people. The Germans can go people for their history. I said, shit, we still bombing stuff from Bin Laden for something wrong with their history or things that was done in their history. But just when you hear that, we the only race of people. When I say we don't give a damn about our history, we don't. We don't pose to mixed races. Why? Because when we mix, you have a tendency to not. You don't. This was a law. Now, when something happened, you want to say, well, you always find niggas that say it's some good white people. Niggas, some good black. And the babies burn. So what? What about that? That's at ourselves. We start coming together, man. Ain't nothing gonna stop it. That's why I hate to tell y'all, love. Nigga, don't eat pork. We got the messed up heart rate. Us in this country. It's because our diets. So when I say don't eat this, the Most High gave us these rules to put us on top. That's how you got to look at it. Rules you had to follow in. If you go to the service, it's rules you have to follow. So why, when y'all think this book, y'all pick this book up, is no rules you got to follow? Like, I would punish my own people for not doing what. I'm gonna show them love. Man, let me tell y'all. Let me read this for y'all, man. No verse in the Bible that say that, but you'll still find people that say that, but it ain't somebody that showed me that. They can't show me that. They go to everybody's favorite scripture. Everybody know in the Bible. Even when you ask them what's John 3:14 say, don't nobody know what that verse say. Just a covenant is for the Israelites. But I think you need me that know what I'm looking. Talk that. That's not in the Bible. You can't even And people say we spreading the hate. This is the same Bible they had when they was hanging us in Bible in his hand. We don't tell people to go out there and hate and kill. We tell people that's what we tell people. We get persecuted for that. I'll just go to it. Oh, this book right here, man. This is off from the Bible. It's apocryphal. Damn about everybody, man. He give a damn about the children of Israel. He said, this is, and after these, Adam also, whom thou hast made the Lord of all thy creatures, whom thou hast chosen. All this, the people who thou hast chosen. The Most High had always in the time. He dealt with Adam, and there was other people on the planet. Descendants of Seth, not the descendants of Cain, all the way down to Ham, dealing with Shem. It's always been a chosen bloodline since the world began. So everybody had this notion that the children messed up in Israel and it just caught the Most High off guard. He didn't know. It was prophesied in the beginning. He always had this plan. So he said he had all this I have spoken thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sake. The prophets of this earth. We were supposed to be the shot callers, but we didn't keep my other people, which also come from Adam. These are the other people outside the children of Israel. We read this to people, they get mad. Now I got white people in my family. Mama, I got it, man. My God don't give a damn. Do you know what these people actually did to his people? I mean, they get a pass. They have to pay for what their ancestors done, just like we are. This. No, we living out our punishment from what our ancestors done. We have to pay for the crimes they committed. Make that make sense to me, somebody. They always pay for our crimes. Everybody else y'all give a pass to, or say forgive them. People. So when we come out here and tell y'all to keep these laws, man, y'all can't be perfect. Man, we being perfect right now. Christianity, not Christianity. And Christianity is not in the Bible. If we didn't give a damn, we wouldn't be out here telling you this. I don't even have conversations with your pastor. Y'all say things in the church that don't. I can't kill. I can't steal. I can't commit nothing. That God say he's cool with homosexuality. Do tidings in the say Christ got rid of the law and you still do things that's in the law. So I just came to give y'all a quick scripture breakdown. Came with 2 new commandments. I said, no, Christ did. No, Christ didn't. I said, period. That's what he did. And it was so smooth. It's been going over the church head since he was gave the oracles of God. He gave the book to us. So we the ones who know how to break this book down. Read this book. The Bible always talk about the children of Israel return. So where do y'all get this notion? And then this is another thing for y'all about grafting in. How you gonna be grafted into the children of Israel if it's not about the children of Israel? It's like they say things to y'all and y'all don't think, but you're dealing with some brothers. Got to do is get in class and learn. We ain't trying to get nothing up out of y'all. We trying to unify people. That's what we destroyed our people. Even when y'all want to bring King, before Martin Luther King died, he said integration. He was bringing his people into a burning. He didn't even believe in that stuff no more. He didn't believe in that garbage no more. Have a dream speech, look it up. He said he even regretted even writing that speech. And it breaks my heart. You'll see black kids quoting that same quote, and everybody think it's a powerful speech. And he said he regretted it. Believe integrating, he bringing this people into a burning building. Would you let me? That's what he felt he was doing. With that, man, we get up out of here. It's been my time, you know. I'm saying, I'm facing the east right here. Oh,
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is we forgive our debtors and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Forever, so be it. This is the power. Lord, the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. And the power shy, thank you, so be it. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and Michael and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the troopers and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. This is Psalms 83. Keep not thy silence, O God. O God, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted against thy people and consoled against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being in memories. For they have consoled together with one consented. They are confederate against thee. And the Hagarenes, Jabral and Amit and Amalek and the Philistines also join with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Say, Lot, do unto them dear as into Jabin at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor, like Obred and as Zebul. Yea, all the princes of the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel as the stumble before the wind. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid of thy storm and fill their Lord, let them be contained and perish, that me and are the most high of all the earth.
You just got a question?